Since the dawn of civilization, one question has consistently haunted the human mind. Why do we fear death? It's a universal fear, transcending cultures, ages, and beliefs. From ancient philosophers to modern scientists, we continue to try and understand this phenomenon. What makes the end of our existence so terrifying? Is it merely a primitive instinct, or is there something deeper, embedded within our psychology and biology? In this video, we will delve into the mystery of humanity's fear of death, uncovering the evolutionary, psychological, and neurobiological perspectives that shape one of our deepest emotions. Why humans fear death? The fear of death, or Thanatophobia, is a profound anxiety arising from our awareness of mortality. It's not just a fear of pain or suffering, but a fear of non-existence, loss, and uncertainty. Although we all will face it, our responses to death vary greatly, influenced by various internal and external factors. Let's begin by understanding how this fear forms within us. To understand why we fear death, we must return to our evolutionary roots. From a biological standpoint, the primary goal of every organism is to survive and reproduce. Fear is a highly effective defense mechanism designed to protect us from danger and ensure the survival of the species. Imagine our ancestors on the ancient savanna. Individuals who weren't afraid of predators or heights likely wouldn't have survived long enough to pass on their genes. Therefore, genes encoding fear responses, including the fear of death, became dominant in the human population. The fear of death is a manifestation of this deep-seated survival instinct. It's an internal alarm that drives us to avoid dangerous situations, seek protection, and keep ourselves alive. Without this fear, we might act recklessly, ignore threats, and ultimately become extinct. So at its most basic level, the fear of death is an evolutionary gift, a mechanism that has helped us survive and thrive as a species for millions of years. While evolutionary roots provide a strong foundation, the fear of death is far more complex than just a survival instinct. Many aspects of this fear stem from deep psychological factors. One of the most dominant is the fear of the unknown. Death is the greatest mystery we face. We don't know what happens afterward, whether there's consciousness or if we simply cease to exist. This concept of non-existence, the idea that we will no longer be, can be profoundly terrifying for many. Besides the unknown, there's also the fear of loss. We fear losing our loved ones, losing future experiences, and losing our sense of self. For many, life is about building connections, achieving goals, and leaving a legacy. Death threatens all of this, creating anxiety about what will be lost and what will remain. A study shows that physical health, meaning in life, and mental health are negatively associated with the fear of death. This means that the better these conditions are, the lower the fear of death. Interestingly, research also indicates that older people tend to fear death less than younger people. This might be because they've had more time to contemplate death, accept their mortality, or find meaning in their lives. Religious belief also plays a complex role. Some studies suggest that religious belief can increase the fear of death, while others show the opposite. This may depend on an individual's interpretation of religious teachings and how they view the afterlife. Beneath the subjective experience of the fear of death, there's a strong neurobiological basis. Our brain, particularly the amygdala, plays a central role in processing fear. The amygdala is part of the limbic system, responsible for emotions, motivation, and memory. When we face a threat, the amygdala activates the fight-or-flight response, preparing our body to confront or escape danger. In the context of the fear of death, the amygdala can be activated by thoughts or cues related to mortality. This could be news of a death, a near-death experience, or even just a reflection on the end of life. This response isn't always conscious. Often the fear of death operates at a subconscious level, influencing our behavior and decisions without us fully realizing it. However, there's one phenomenon that challenges our understanding of death and consciousness: near-death experiences, NDEs, and terminal lucidity before death. Some studies show that at the brink of death, the brain can exhibit unexpected activity, even flashes of clarity or vivid experiences. This raises profound questions. Does our consciousness truly end with physical death? Or is there another dimension we don't fully comprehend? This phenomenon, though still under research, opens a window to the possibility that our fear of non-existence might not be entirely warranted, and that there's more to the end of life than we imagine. Humanity's fear of death is a complex phenomenon, rooted in our evolution as a species, shaped by our psychology, and mediated by the biology of our brain. It's a reminder of our survival instinct, but also a reflection of our capacity to love, lose, and contemplate existence. By understanding the various dimensions of this fear, we can begin to face it not as an enemy to be conquered, but as a natural part of the human experience. Perhaps, by accepting our mortality, we can learn to appreciate life more deeply and find peace in the unknown. Given that the fear of death is an intrinsic part of the human experience, how can we overcome it? There are several strategies that can help. Seeking meaning in life. Having purpose and meaning in life can reduce the fear of death. When we feel our lives are meaningful, the idea of an end is no longer so terrifying. Improving mental and physical health. As research shows, good mental and physical health correlate with a lower fear of death. Taking care of ourselves holistically can help us face mortality more calmly. Accepting the unknown. Acknowledging that there are things we cannot know about death can help reduce anxiety. Focus on what we can control, how we live, rather than what we cannot control, what happens afterward. Talking about death. Openly discussing death with others can help normalize the topic and reduce fear. It can also help us process our emotions and find support. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content. See you in the next video.